Hi guys, Kaze here. We're back with chapter 2 with Ohgiya in the Men of Yoshiwara Ohgiya. Anyway, so last time we were playing a game at our second banquet with the courtesans, and well, Ohgiya got a bit drunk and started making out with us a little. Well, we didn't know until after the fact, considering how everyone was reacting after that. So, yeah, and as we were leaving, we hear Ageha calling to us, and that's where we left off. So we're gonna find out what happens, and let us go. Miss Kaze! Miss Kaze! I heard a familiar voice howling behind me. I'm so glad I caught up to you. Ageha? The young man smiled as he stopped next to me, trying to catch his breath. Worked up from running the entire way, his face glowed pale red. I thought it made him look absolutely adorable. What's the big hurry? I asked, causing him to straighten up tall and fix his shirt. I'm so sorry about what happened. There's no excuse for an apprentice like me to get drunk and cause problems. Please find in your heart to forgive me. My. His desperate apology had me taken aback. You don't have to apologize like that. But I'm fine. Was everything okay for you? Yeah. He stared at the ground, his eyes wandering wildly. When I drink too much, I tend to forget things. This time, I think I had way too much. I never thought I'd embarrass myself like I did. You forget things? The thought made me curious, and I put my finger on my lips thoughtfully. So you don't remember what happened tonight? No. Oh? I'm sorry, I must have done something bad if you're looking at me like that. No, you didn't. It's just... Someone stole my first kiss, but okay. I'm not sure why, but I felt so lonely. The truth was, he'd stolen my first kiss, right from my lips. On the other hand, I wasn't angry about it at all. It's just, I was surprised, that's all. A silence lingered between us. Musashi shot me a glance like I should be the one to speak first. However, before I could, just what did I do anyway? His eyes wavered as he stared straight at me. Against the red lights of the pleasure district, his gaze seemed so pure and innocent. Miss Kaze? Well, what a strange question to ask, I thought. How was I supposed to answer? My cheeks blushed rose. I glanced toward Musashi for help. Ageha, if I may. He leaned in and whispered something to Ageha. The young man's face instantly turned red, but then it went straight to pale in the next moment. I'm sorry, Miss Kaze, what have I done? A single tear glided down his smooth cheeks. It left a streak down his face as it dropped to the ground. At the same time, it was so beautiful I couldn't peel my eyes away from it. But why was he crying? Ageha? Do the men of Yoshiwara cry in front of women? No, but this is... He would away tears frantically. When I came to, everyone was acting so weird. Gakuto and Utsusemi looked so pale. I knew I must have done something terrible. That's when I came running. I'm so sorry. As he apologized in a quivering voice, tears stained his feet. I stared at him, wondering with pure fascination. He was pure and innocent. I couldn't believe someone like him would be selling his body. It's all right. My hand extended out towards his damp cheeks. Gently I wiped off the tears as they fell. His amber eyes blinked wide open at me curiously. Miss Kaze? If you're ever in trouble, please come and tell me. You don't have to be afraid. Two innocent lovebirds. He looked back at me just as long enough for the stars to twinkle. Okay. After his soft reply, he blinked at me several times. His smile, overflowing with kindness, glowed. It was warm and radiant like a field of flowers in the sun. You stopped crying at least. Yeah. Will you be coming back? Of course. Thank goodness. I'd be so bad if you decided never to deal with Ohgiya again. He peeked at me hesitantly. Yes, you can speak freely with me. I know next time you probably pick Gakuto or Utsusemi as your spouse, but I'll be there too, so I hope we can talk again. His eyes lit up with excitement. Okay. I hope so too. It's my duty to go to Ohgiya, of course. Wait. Is it the talking or the fact that I might choose someone else? I think he means us talking. So I'm going to say I hope so too. I hope so too. Just like we did today. Yeah. Take care on your way home. Thank you. He sent me away from the Yoshiwara gates with a smile. Okay, I think I'm slightly confused with my voice with him because I can't tell if he's just... Okay, he's an apprentice. I'm assuming he recently came here. So I'm assuming, I guess, 16-ish? And the others are like 18 to 20. Because he's new. And I don't think they're going to make like a 13 or something. That would be weird. That young. So 16 probably like the cutoff, since he's young. But he's not so old. He hasn't experienced any love. So I'm assuming, 16. And apparently I'm giving her a slightly falsetto voice, so I don't know. Pardon. He sent me away from the Yoshiwara gates with a smile. Just then, his slender fingers snatched my hand. Both my heart and the hand that he grabbed ached with the agony of parting. What I mean is, I'm serious about wanting to talk to you again. No one's forcing me to say that. I know. I believe you. With a short nod, he released my hand reluctantly. He waved as I left, hand beside his head. I think that's just how he normally stands, honestly. The next day I was busy arranging flowers to decorate the shop. I wonder if it's really impossible to choose Ageha after all. From Ohgiya, you mean? Yeah, I wasn't entirely following their explanation. The words streamed out of my heart and straight to my lips. But the sight of Ageha waving goodbye wouldn't leave my mind, nor did the memory of his tears and his blossoming smile. I think a more reputable courtesan would be better suited for you, and not someone like Ageha. Perhaps a more experienced courtesan will be the better choice. Just as Ohgiya strives to preserve their fame and reputation, the Kitsune family must take care to do so as well. With my lover? Okay, good to know. I asked to hear your opinion, not my mother's. This is the only answer she's allowed me to give. Understandable, we wouldn't speak against her since she employed him. Unamused, I pushed a flower vase into his hands. Can you put this somewhere in the shop? I won't bug you anymore. I'll just have to get what I want with my own two hands. But my lady, I ignored his pleas and pushed his broad back out of the room. Had I just let off steam on Musashi? After shutting the sliding door, a massive sense of guilt rushed through me. I'll just have to get what I want. Was that the plan? A hard truth in my heart? I thought about what it would mean. Of all the people, I'd ruin the innocent young man and make him a real courtesan. After thinking about it, I decided to write Ageha a letter. I'll come see you soon. Try not to get drunk and kiss anyone until I do. Satisfied, I folded the letter up nice and neat and smiled. Here's a quick letter. 3 nights later. Once I was ready, I called out for Musashi. I'd like to head over to Ohgiya tonight. Have you decided on a partner? Well, if you're thinking about Ageha, you won't be able to meet him. Isn't it against what my mother wants? No, my lady, that's not it. I pressed on, trying to force the truth out of him. Ohgiya found out about Ageha's incident from the other day. Ageha, along with his caretakers, Gakuto and Utsusemi, have been disciplined. What? Why? I couldn't believe my ears. While my heart tried to comprehend, darkness fell before my eyes. Since you're not familiar with the practices of the Pleasure District, Musashi explained the situation to me. According to him, what Ageha had done was taboo. He was just an apprentice, but to have such contact with a guest, to make matters worse, he hadn't even had permission. I can understand Ageha, but why Gakuto and Utsusemi? I believe because they withheld what happened from the manager. No way. Just then I had a flashback. Gakuto had pleaded with me not to say anything to anyone. Strange though, only people there should know what happened. If no one said anything, how would the manager have found out? Musashi, was it you? Musashi, do you know something? I asked critically in a sharp voice. I hesitated to mention it, as it would place the guilt on you, my lady. But the walls have eyes and ears. Did you not send a letter the other day? Had someone read it? I gripped the hem of my sleeve. I need to go to Ohgiya right away. But my lady, please, Musashi, please let me go. Very well. So you must have read my letter and they all had a chat, I guess. And so I found myself heading to Yoshiwara yet again. If my letter was to be blamed for my punishment, if it was all my fault, I didn't want Ohgiya to suffer my mistakes. However, I'm terribly sorry, but the rules are the rules. Please, I'm begging you. I can't let anyone meet him, no matter the reason. But were the rules of Yoshiwara always so strict? No matter who I asked, what I said, or how much I offered, the response from Ohgiya wouldn't change in the slightest. I persisted on and on until my voice was hoarse, but in the end nothing was gained. I returned home, defeated, and spoke to Musashi, who stood outside the carriage. What am I supposed to do now? If you still sit on it, perhaps try tomorrow. That is our only option at the moment. I guess so. It would have to wait for another day. What terrible suffering would they incur in the meantime? Once I heard how awful it was for those who broke the laws of Yoshiwara. As I closed my eyes, I saw the figure of Ageha waving to me at the large gate. The image was so vivid, it tortured my eagerness for action. The next day I headed to Ageha once again. No one would budge an inch, and even when I spoke to the manager, even if you are from the Kitsune family, I cannot bend the rules. So how much longer this punishment would ever go on for? That depends on them. But a few days, I wager. Then let me buy them for the next few days. I'm sorry, but the punishment is for them to learn. Especially Ageha, who their owner has high hopes for. He must understand to follow the rules of the district. Is that all anyone cares about around here? Rules and more rules? Sick of hearing the same thing from everyone, I gritted my teeth and left. Not much later, I approached the brothel once again to argue. Please go home. Haven't you complained enough for one day? The manager, obviously fed up with me, retreated into the safety of the building. My lady, we should call it a day. But I have to do something. If only I hadn't sent that stupid letter. My teeth clamped shut as I regretted my own mistake. I thought it was noisy out here. It's just you. Asagiri? Asagiri had just returned from outside, perhaps from the tea house. The moment he saw me, his lips unfolded into a wondrous smile. One look at my face, and he brought me to a room out of concern. Did I look so troubled after all? I bet you came because you're worried about Ageha. You can talk to me. My ears are always open for you. His fair face was plagued with sorrow as he reached his hands towards my cheeks. This is Yoshiwara. Even here, there are things we mustn't do. His pale hand wrapped around my head, stroking softly like I were a child. Just how upset had this whole ordeal made me? His tender touch broke me down, releasing all my emotions. Asagiri. It's okay. I know you're just trying to protect him. You're a good girl, Kaze. Sorry, my voice keeps changing for him. I don't know what to do. Calmly, gently, he held me until my tears dried. It took some time, but I finally gathered my emotions. Asagiri called a helper from the tea house and had sake brought to the room. I'm so sorry you had to see me like this. It was incredibly embarrassing. I wonder what my mother would say if she knew this happened. Someone raised well like you would have a hard time understanding our rules. Asagiri poured sake into a cup and handed it over to me. But none of this would have happened if not for my careless mistake. The more I thought about it, the more pure guilt racked my heart. Why had my emotions pushed me so far? It was the thought of never seeing Ageha ever again. It pained my heart. I stared downwards, ignoring the cup of sake. Young love is so innocent. Don't worry, he's not going to hate you for it. See? Huh? Asagiri pulled a letter from his pocket. A line of characters flowed beautifully across the page. I'm sorry, I can't accept it. I already... Before you come to a weird conclusion, look at the sender. From Ageha? The moment I read his name, my heart fluttered. I read his true feelings packed inside that little letter. I want you to know that this is not your fault. Please don't blame yourself and try not to worry about me. Instead, enjoy these days happily and carefree. Ageha. The kindness in his written words ached my heart. Ageha. Such beautiful handwriting. It was Ageha who was undergoing hardship. And yet all he was concerned about was me. His loving character came out of the writing, touched my heart. Asagiri placed his hand on my shoulder. Now, do you understand? He's been concerned ever since he found out you stopped by yesterday. I had the letter to my chest. Nod, cry, or say his name. Say his name. Ageha. Contorted by emotion, my voice howled out his name. That's a bit dramatic, sorry. Hearing his name wanted me to meet him all the more. Asagiri glanced at me and lifted up a cup of sake. He squinted his soft eyes kindly. Ageha has always been everyone's favorite. Because we all love him, he has grown to have such a pure heart. I can see that. His smile is so mellow yet so wonderful. Yeah, it makes me want to smile any time I see it. Since we all adore him so much, we've all tried our best to guide and teach him. A charming smile spread across his face. It shows. I traced my finger across his name and pictured his face in my head. His smile, bright like a flower, was there to welcome me. Perhaps it was natural to have such a smile, being loved so much. That is, despite being trapped in Yoshiwara behind that large wall. I wish I would have waited longer for visiting the Pleasure District. That way, none of this, I wouldn't have put Ageha in such a terrible situation. Nor would have I caused problems from Gakuto and Utsusemi either. I was just a girl ignorant of the ways of the pleasure district. He glanced at the calm and cordial courtesan in front of me. What if it was him? Should I just choose a courtesan like him and fulfill my duty? The moment I thought so, something important was torn from my heart. Okay, then. Sorry, the music was just going. Oh. Well, fine then. Music, go away. And then I think about it. No one's going to hear the music. I'm the only one that hears it. And it's just going to go. It's gone. All gone. Alright, well. It was like an episode without Ageha. We didn't see him at all. Well, hopefully we don't spend our entire time with him locked up, and I think probably his punishment was just going to be locked up. I don't know. I mean, I'm making a guess here. I mean, obviously he was able to write a letter and pass it to someone, so it's not probably that terrible. I don't know. Who knows? It could be, could not be. We'll see next time in the next chapter, which should be out tomorrow. Problems notwithstanding. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider it as well. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Bye, guys.